Starting the recording now. So welcome to PowerShell for SQL Server DBA day 1 class. It is the continuation of last class. So just I will go through one by one and we'll see what thing we have covered. So 7zip is done. This all are, it is already completed. Check services, I have already explained this, right? So in the same script only you can go with starting. So you can go with the if it is stopped, then it was starting the services, right? You can go with the ulta, means if it is running, just stop the services. This is the one thing you can modify into this script, whatever I have explained. Second thing you can do, when you are going and you are stopping the services, right? What you are doing, you are going, you are just stopping the services. After stopping the services, what you are doing, you are putting into the disable mode, right or wrong? Correct? So you can add that logic also once it is or if you are starting the services, what you are doing, you will right click, you will go here, you are making first in the automatic mode, then you are applying, then you are starting, right? So but for my thing, I have written the script, just go and stop this. So if you are starting any services, you have to push the automatic mode. So how to put into the automatic mode, I will tell you, or otherwise you can search into in this part. You have to put how to first put into the automatic mode and then start the services. If you are going to stop the services, first stop the services, then you go and put into the disable mode, right or wrong, guys?
Yeah.
So that is the one thing you will able to do in this. I want you to add in this script. And one more thing you will able to add. If you are able to add, that's fine. If you are not able to add, I'm going to teach you later. So what is this? If any script you are writing here, why I'm telling, because later class again I will take this script and we are going to develop few more things. So that time you will understood faster if you have done this kind of work. So what I want before, okay, that thing you don't develop here because I am writing directly service name. Whenever we will pass our server SQL server / instance name, that time that will become useful, because I want okay, otherwise you can, what you can do, there's two more things we have to implement, but now I'm pasting here directly service name only. Once you will pass the server, means first your computer has to check whether this server, which one you are passing, that having the cluster. If it's having the cluster, that time you are not stopping the services, you are moving the resource, right? So if it's the cluster, it should not has to stop the services, it has to create some log file like this services having the cluster services. So that thing we will discuss later. So as of now, you can add here two things. One work you have to do, if the services is stopped, for stopping the services, for starting the services you have to write how I have explained you. For stopping, you have to go and write that if it is running, stop the services. Now it is stopped, it is, this script is starting the services. Or put the disable mode for stopping and automatic mode for starting whenever you will go. These two things you can implement, right, guys? Venkat, Ravi,
Yes.
you will
Yes.
okay, fine. So I'm not going with this. This also a script I have already explained. Check services is done. This all is done. This is nothing. This one I am going to get content. You have gone through, I think, this all practice, because yesterday I have explained this also. So check one, leave it. This is not that much important. I'm going to explain you the loop concept. So till now, whatever we are doing into the same server. Means if you have anything and you want to just display anything, it will be just for one server you will able to, we are going to do. So you remove this simply, it has been written, this is not useful anything. So if you want your script should be go into the loop. So don't think your looping class has been started. This is just for your understanding I am teaching, because once I will teach you the date 3 class, that time again I am going to explain you about that all loop, if loop, else if, else loop, switch loop. There is the all loop I am going to explain. This is just for your understanding purpose, because you having the doubt how we can rotate our programming into the loop. Means some work if we have to perform for the multiple of server, multiple of computer, how we are going to perform this. So for this there is something called for each loop. See here, that is called for each loop. Getting? So for each loop, how you are going to write, this is the format I will tell you. I'm just pasting here. So for each loop, this one will be in this. Pass the value, and this one, it will become in this type. Got it? So you will write for each, then you will write there's bracket, and you will take one variable, right? And after that, you have to pass some value from this. And here, once it will go into the loop, it is going to be perform your operation. So now, as of now, you understood only this much. Then means for each loop means it will become in this format. For each bracket and then double curly bracket, right? So same thing I am going to explain here. What I am doing, this is a for each, and I am taking one variable. You have to declare one variable, any variable. After that, you have to write in. After in, you have to write there is some server name, or you can pass. This time what I am doing, before I was giving the server name, but this time what I'm going to give, it is go, and it will be reading that server name from this file. You know what is the get content? Get content is used to read the notepad file or anything. If I'm going to execute this, it is going to give me this 3 service name, right? Because in this file stop services, I have written, where is stop server, you can see 3 server name I have given here. No doubt? Correct or wrong?
Clear.
It is reading the file using get content, and I have given into the for each loop. So what it will do, if you are writing for each loop and you are just writing any variable means dollar something you can give dollar. If you are giving with anything, it will treat as a variable. So here what is happening, so here you have given the 3 service name, right? 2012 dr and MS SQL server. What it will do, it will take the first value first, and it will be take the first value from this notepad file. It will be go and it will put into this variable. Got it? After that, it will go inside this loop. Inside that loop, what programming I have written? I have written just I have taken one variable and I am saving the date information. Means if I will run this get date, it will be going to save, give me the result of just now what is the time, date, minute and second. So that value I am saving into here, and after that, next time I am just trying to display that date with that server name, which one it was picked up from the notepad, right? Then it will wait for 5 seconds, and again it will pick up the second name from this file, and it will put here again. It will go to the time, it will print that time. Okay, after 5 second time, it will going to print. It is going to print that time, and dollar date means what? It is saving the current that time here, right? So that time it is going to display along with your server name, which server name it is pressed here. This is this variable is same, right? So second variable, what is it is pick up from the notepad, that service name it is going to display. Again it will wait for the third time, again it will go and will pick up the third name, it is going to display, right? So once, so same thing I am rotating. So this time I am what I want to show you, you can able to rotate using the for loop. So now 4 time it is 3 time it is rotating, because 3 entry is there, right? In your case, if you have written what script yesterday, you can put that script here, right? Anyhow, and I'm going to explain you those things, don't worry. So I'm going to put that script here, and I will put 3 server name here, where, and I will declare one variable. It will take that services here, and this variable I will pass into the server to stop or start the services, right? No doubt. Get it? So if I'm going to run this, what is going to display? You can see here. First, it is went here. It is taken the date. It displayed that current date with the server name. After that, it is waited for 5 seconds. You can see the 21. After that, 26. After that, 31. So every 5 seconds, it is waiting and it is displaying the result, right? If I'm going to run this one more time, so what happened? It is this result will display the 3 times. So you can see I have written here date, write host date, and after that you write the service name. So that's why it is displaying first date. After that is displaying the service name, which is kept in this. It was taking the first one, this, it is taking the second one, it is taking the third one. So you understood how it is for each loop is working, right? Till one, you don't have doubt, right? Guys,
So which
Yes.
date and time we are taking?
it is current date and time.
Okay.
If you
So
are running
you
get date, if you are running, it is going to give the result for the current date and time, 27 September and 2022. That current date I am just saving into this variable.
and you mentioned the server name MS
Here it is there, no? Right host means it is just displaying the result. What it is going to display? Dollar date. What is the dollar date? It is the variable. What is this variable? Its content? It's content this information, get date. Dollar server is what? Dollar server is it's taking the data from here, means first server name. I have to show you this is rotating into the loop. It is not one time it is showing the result. If the one time it is showing the all result means it will not display the 5 seconds. Getting or not?
Yeah, which you
Yeah.
mentioned in Notepad, that only it should, not the other servers, right?
No. Whatever I will print here, that one it is going to display. I'm going to
Okay.
write here Rajesh, just example. So fourth, it is going to pick up that my Rajesh name. It is the first it is taken, is display the first data, whatever it was there into my notepad is taken the second data. It is again, it is waited for 5 seconds. It is going to display the third result. Then whatever now I have put the fourth one, Rajesh, it will wait for 5 seconds. It is going to display the Rajesh. It is reading the notepad file into the loop wise. It is not like at a time it is read the all 4 detail it is showing, right? It is just loop wise it is coming one by one. It is picking, it is picking the one name from the notepad, it is sending here to perform the operation. Here just I have written write host, but later we will write here programming. So stopping or starting the services, it will pick up those server, it is sent here, perform the operation. It will pick up the second server, it will be sent here, perform the operation. So right, no problem. Tell me guys.
Yes or no?
No problem.
So again, I will tell you what is happening here. So it will be picking the first server name from this notepad file to here. It is picking, it is saving into this variable. After this variable, it is sending to the loop. It is going to perform the operation. Again, it will go back and it will pick up the second server name. Second server name, it is going to give, say, store into this variable. Again, this variable value will be second entry. After that, again, once it will perform the operation, it will go to the third time. It will pick up the third server name, perform the save into this variable, send into this loop, performing the operation, whatever it is there. Then after that, it will go to again, it will not found any entry into this notepad file. It will be get out from loop. No doubt. Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Same thing, what I am doing here, this time I am not telling PowerShell to read my notepad file. This time I am telling the server I have already made the entry. Means I have written 1, 2, 3 entry, and that also either you can hard code that any name, or either you can go with manual entry also, right? But in real time, if you are doing the programming or if you are doing any coding, you should not have to touch your script, right? Because everything, whatever you want to change, it has to be changed from the configuration file. Because in script you are doing some change and you have written like 200 like of code, somebody will do some mistake, right? You, for doing the correction, it will take time for you. It's very difficult to debug like where is the problem it is coming, right? So that's why people will not allowing you to change the any modification in your script. They will change, they will tell whatever thing you want to change, pass through the variable or pass through the parameter file. You want to server name, you give the server name into the other file. Don't touch that script. That type of script also we are going to do that one. So what is this script?
Can
It is
we make our scripts password protected
yes, you
like
can
that?
make. People is doing like that way only.
Okay.
You can make your script as a password protected, so nobody will touch your script. So you can also tell whatever you want to modify into the your configuration file. right? It is same as your SQL Server store procedure. So nobody will tell you to modify the store procedure. Whatever parameter you pass here, you will get the result. Same as like if you want to get the information where something related with Bangalore, so you will send that Bangalore store procedure variable and you will get those details. Just example, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So like that it is there. If I will go with this loop, this is not going to read anything, is because I have not written into the for each loop. This one is written into if loop. So this time what happened, it is the directly it is printing the all three result, right? It is if loop I have written. If this is running, just display the result. Just for your understanding purpose I have given. If you are writing if loop the same way, here it is for each loop, and I was giving some variable, then I was giving in. Here also one variable in I have given, and directly I have given the three server name. It was taken one by one, first A, second B, third C. But here I have not written anything for each. I have written just if. If means what? It is just checking the status and directly it is printing, right? If I will be just right here this one or these three, it is not going to display this any result. If I'm going to run this one, so in at a time only it is going to display this all three result, right? Correct. So because it is not written into the for each loop. If you are writing if means it is not rotating into the loop. It is just one time only it is pick up that all detail from that your notepad file. So I hope you understood this, right? Loop you understood, right? Correct, no?
Yeah. Understand.
Okay, I'm going with if you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime, anything, right? So I'm going to explain you these things with some example, and then we will see.
Can you please show me the last example for that for each one?
This one,
That one.
you only explain. I have written the all three server name here. It is because it is get date means directly all three server name it is going to save. If I'm running this means all four entry it is saving here directly. I have written the status is equal to take this value first. So what it will do, it will be pick up the first only. It is not pick up the second. It is the first one only it is pick up. And it is matching the status is running. It will go inside that. After that, it has to print this value, right? What is this value having? It's having the all four value. That's why it is printing the all four value. It is not taking one by one. If you are writing in this fashion for each, then you are writing dollar, so it will be pick up one value here and then it will go down. It will pick up second B, it will be put second B here, then it will go down. Here it is at a time only it is print. If you want, you can see it. Any doubt you can ask. Can I move next?
Okay.
Can I move forward?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So run the script into the one server. I will go through this script first. And today I will try to complete day one class because it is taking lengthy time. So, okay. So what I am going to do now here. So there is some command is called invoke SQL CMD. Invoke SQL CMD is that is the also commandlets, and it is used for performing the SQL operation. Right, you can go through that result, and where we have said that commandlets result, you can see this value will. So I have explained many commandlets also, right? I told you we will discuss not all, but which are the important. It is there we are going to invoke SQL CMD. Invoke SQL CMD is used for not for one purpose, it is the many purpose it is going to use, but I am using for this. If I have to run any script, select star from T1 something, so I can use this one. This is the commandlets, and same thing we will able to perform using the our .NET programming also. When this commandlets was not involved, that before that people was using .NET library to you performing this operation. Why I'm going to, so I'm not going to teach the all example for .NET library, but few I am going to explain you, because in your Google, if you are going to search, you will able to find out, okay, this is the .NET library concept they have used into the PowerShell scripting. So you will not go into confuse like what it is came. So okay, so if anything you want to do here, you can go directly get hyphen help, and you can write type here invoke SQL CMD. You can give hyphen example, and you run this. If you are running this, what is going to happen? It is going to display the each and every example using the invoke SQL CMD. I think my get is not updated. Get help. Oh, it came. So you see here they have given the 6 example. So till the first class, whatever commandlets I have explained, go through in this way. Okay, you can see he has given the example 1, this example. So what is this? You can take this detail, okay, and you can execute this down. You can see it is given also. This is the example of contain the named instance of the database. So this all detail. You can see the second one. If you want to, you can go use this also. What is this? If you want to read the file, so what it is given, it will be, if you are giving invoke SQL CMD, after that you pass, it should be better. I will be go to the Google and I will paste, so you will see the more detail. Guys, 10 minutes you have to log in again. It will be disconnected, right? After 10 minutes it will be going to be log off, so please log in again using the same link. So you can see the invoke SQL CMD. So go and read. You can see the example. So it is given here how you will pass. So directly you are giving means invoke SQL CMD, you have to pass hyphen query, and you can give what query you want to run. Then you have to pass hyphen server instance, means you can give the server name, and you can run this. Means what happened in this server, it is going to run this query and it will be going to display. Same thing you can, if you want to SQL file you want to run and you want to take the result into some other file, you can use in this way, hyphen out file. So like that, there is the mini example has been given, like you can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is a mini example is there, 12, 13, 14. So you can go to read that whatever I am teaching, go and you can see what are the example, and you can use what is the position. You can go and use you can use which are the parameter, which one you have, you can pass, right? So but I am going to explain you here some basic things. So here what is happening, I have just taken one variable, and in that variable I am just saving my server name. Okay, and next one, what is there, I am taking one variable, I am just saving my database name, and I'm writing in invoke SQL CMD. You have to pass hyphen server name, and I have given here $SQL server. What is $SQL server is having? It's having this server name. Hyphen database means $database. What this variable will contain, I have pasted here test database here. It will become here. After that, I am writing hyphen query, and just I will write select star for T1. So what it will do, it will be perform the operation, and it is going to give the result, right? Because in I will just open my SSMS. This is the only server. This is the test database. Inside this test database, which table I was sketching, T1. Right click on this. Oh, sorry. Select start from table. It is showing the ID 12. Same ID you are going to give the result here, right? So if you want to run anything, so you can use the SQL CMD. But if you want to take the result into some file, you can go in this way also. Same thing, just hyphen output file. So the result, whatever it will be, it will be going to save into some file. If you want to run the SQL code, means you have some file you want to execute, that time you have to give hyphen input or something. So you can use that, you can give that file name also, and it is going to be executed, right? No problem. Second thing, no doubt here, right? Second thing, yeah, tell me, anybody want to tell anything?
No, clear.
Okay,
Understood.
same thing, you can perform these things using the .NET library function also, right? Because When this PowerShell was not having this commandlets, people were using this one. Even still also in Google, if you are searching for any script, you will be able to find out multiple of a script which are the using .NET library. So don't become confused. Think it, this is a .NET library, but sometime dive library has to load in your PowerShell window. Like if you are developing that C programming in your engineering there, that time you are declaring the library, right? Include his studio.has, something like that, right? To loading that all library to your session, right? Are you remember?
Yeah.
So for that only, I will tell you later how to load that. For me, it is already loaded, but later I am going to show you before starting any .NET thing, better you load that kind of library. Okay, so anyhow, so if you want to run this, all our .NET people is using. If the .NET, if you want to select some data, so you can't use this concept. They are using this one. And you heard about, you all are the experienced people, you heard about the connection string. So always that developer people or application people will talk about connection string, change the some parameter into the connection string, right? Have you heard about this? So because that is here also we have to make, because this time I'm not using the commandlets PowerShell, which one it was given, I'm going to use the .NET library. So here same thing, I have written get command, and here I have given all server 1 2 3. Just I will see what is there, all servers 1 2 3. In this variable I having just this name, right? Maybe it will be going to fail because yeah, हो रही है. Just I will be checking that where is this path is going. Oh, okay. Anyhow, directly I will give this path only. Okay, the same path. Okay, it is just missing that. Okay, I have missed that one. That's why it is not giving that. Okay, so whatever data you are seeing, it is going to display here. But here I will do one change. It
It is
will be
passing
better. I will
one
do,
instance.
yeah, I will no, I will go with the 2 instance also. There is no problem. So just I will remove this equal to and all, because later I am going to show you like how to do that. So I have written here, and here what I am going to do. So one variable I have taken. In that variable, it is going to store the server name, whatever it has given. I have given the 2 server name, but I'm not, it is not coming under loop, right? So it will only pick up the first one, right? If you are writing in for each loop, then only it is going to pick up the all.
Yeah.
So what happened now? What happened now? So this is the one thing. Second one,
If you
yeah.
if you run the get content, it will copy all. I mean, it will read all the content, right?
Yes, yes.
Two
It is
server
going
names.
to read
Okay.
that
Yeah.
all.
Clear.
You will see
Clear.
that. Okay. So what happened? It is going to save into here. Second one, I am making one variable. In this variable, I am going to make the connection string, right? So how to make the connection string? I will take the server is equal to, you have to type server is equal to, that one you have to remember. I'm giving the some variable $SVR. SVR means it's having the entry, whatever it is data you are seeing here down, right? It is going to here. I have written database is equal to, I will give run my script to the database. And after that, you have to write integrated security is equal to SSPI. And this SSPI is stand for what? Security Support Provider Interface. So anyhow, what is happening now? You are using the third party tool. It is not you are running this program from the SQL server, right? So you are running from the PowerShell and you are getting the output from the SQL server, right? So that's why you have to give integrated security is equal to SSPI. This one you have to remember. Whenever people will create the connection string, they will copy this line, right? Same thing whenever you are going to so something called trusted and all things. So this time I have saved this all connection string into this variable, right? This variable will contain my SQL server name, it will be contain my database name, it will be contain my security provider that is going to be allowed to the PowerShell to execute the script, right? Correct or wrong? And it will be use the Windows authentication. Guys, after 1 minute, it will be log off. Just you have to log in again. Just once. So what is happening now? It will be using that all thing, and it will be used that. So after that, you have to use the two .NET library here. You have to take one variable and you have to type, because you can see that .NET thing and all, it is little bit complex compared to commandlets, right? That's why PowerShell has developed the commandlets, right? Got it? So now
Okay.
what is
Yeah.
happening? Whenever you want to run this code, you have to go with two library you have to use. That is called, you have to take one variable and you have to write